Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to show you how to draft a bustier with a yoke. So I've gone ahead to draw out the lines that I'll be working with. This is basically the basic bodice measurement, half scale. So I took my shoulder, then I measured my armhole plus 1 inch for the shoulder slope, which will be taken out. So this is the chest line. The armhole measurement will give the chest line. Then I measured the bust point line, the under bust line, and finally the front half length. Okay, so this is the front half length. Then I went ahead to measure my bust pan, so I marked it out. This is the bust pan divided by 2, and this is stopping at the bust point line. It does not extend to the chest line. So I'm going to start explaining from here. So before I come to this part, what I'm going to do is to mark out the shoulder slope. So to do this, you first of all mark the standard neck measurement for the front, which is 3 by 3. Okay, and then the shoulder slope allowance is 1 inch. This is the regular amount that is usually taken off from the shoulder slope, 1 inch, which has been added to the armhole measurement, because the armhole I'm working with is 7.5, and you can see that what I have here is 8.5. So I've added the shoulder slope to it. But for the front pattern only, not the back pattern, the back pattern will still be 1 inch. We are going to add an extra 1/2 inch to this, and the reason for this is to give a better fitting. And notice that this extra 1/2 inch is not going to be added, like you're not going to replace it back, it's just going to be taken off without replacement. So I'm going to use the ruler to connect from here to this 3-inch line, just like that. Okay, and then I'll come and measure what I have here and divide it by 2. So I'll connect from this point to meet with the bust pan line here, which stops at the bust point in this way. So I'm going to have a slight slanted line. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do now is the over bust suppression and the under bust suppression. I'm just going to draw out this line. You won't be taking the round measurements because the round measurement will be taken later. So I'm going to start with the under bust line. The maximum you can take off from the center front at the under bust is 1 inch. I feel like I say this in almost all of my videos that's related to something like this, but I prefer to use 0.75 inch. So I will mark 0.75 inch here, and then I'll come over to this side. I want to take a total of 2.5 inches from the under bust. So I'll place this 2.5 inches here at this 0.75 inch mark, which I have, and then mark the balance on the other side. So I've taken out a total of 1.75 here and 0.75 here. What I'll do is connect this straight down to the half length. I'm able to check that what I'm drawing is equal because of the kind of ruler I'm using. But if you do not have this type of ruler, I suggest you mark it at the half length as well, so you get the same thing. So the next thing to do is to take out from the over bust. To do this, you first of all need to determine where you want the chest line to stop. If you want to take it higher or take it lower, okay? I usually come up from the chest line by an extra 2 inches. So it is from this point that I'm going to take the over bust suppression. For the upper bust, you don't need to take that much off, since this piece is not as curvy as the lower part. So I'm going to be using just 2 inches for this side. So I'm going to take out 0.75 inch here as well. And then I'll place my tape rule here and mark out the rest. This is it. What needs to be done now is to connect all of this to meet with the bust point line. This is the bust point line. These two have to meet here, and these two have to meet here. Before doing that, I'll come up from the bust point by ½ inch and come down from the bust point by ½ inch as well. So this is where this one coming will stop, and this is where this one coming will stop. This is to prevent sharp edges. So for the upper parts, always connect with a straight ruler. For the lower parts, use the curved ruler to do it. So guys, you just go ahead and blend this. Okay, and this is the cup already formed. Next thing to do is to draw out the chest, the neckline, like the design you want, the sweetheart's neck. And I think for this, I would like to come from the chest line to connect. I'm going to come this way from the chest line. That's for the first part. Since this is a yoke, you kind of want it to come and form a nice curve into the armhole. Something like this. Okay, this is going to be the yoke part. And what you want to do next is to take the full body measurement. Starting with the bust. Bust I'm working with 37. 7 divided by 4 give me 9.7. So whatever I have at the bust is what I will bring here. Then I'll come to the waist. The waist I want to use is 7. So I'll first of all mark 7. Then replace what I took. Then I'll go ahead and connect everything together. Next thing I'll do is to draw the armhole, connecting these two sides together. So in order to draw the armhole, you find the midpoint from here and the mark, coming by 3, and first of all draw a straight line. Then connect the rest. Okay. So with this, I can now fully draw out the yoke. This is the yoke part. Okay. So guys, the next thing to do is to take out the side darts. This is the difference between the front half length and the back half length. So I'll come to the bust point line and mark 1.5. 1.5 is the difference. Then I'll connect from here to meet the bust point. all of this is going to be taken out. And this side represents the yoke. So this is the yoke. Next thing to do is to close up this dart. In order to do that, I just close it like this, but I won't be able to close this until I open up this side. I'll come, just adding half an inch allowance for joining. Open up here. Just a little bit. And then close up the side. Then you use a tape to hold it down like this. After doing that, you can see that there's a gap here. This is an easy fix. You just connect from here back to the armhole line. Okay, and that's it. What I'm going to do next is to add seam allowance all around. Seam allowance I'm working with is 2 inches, so I'll just mark my 2 inches. I'll go ahead and cut this out. So guys, what you want to do next is to check whether this and this is equal. Okay, so to do this, you're going to measure this curve, ignoring the part that is going to be cut off. You can see what I have here is 7.6. So I also measure what I have at this point, if it is up to 7.6. See, there is a shortage. So this here is where 7.6 stops. I'll go ahead and measure what is left. 1.1 inch is short from here. So you're going to add another piece of paper here and then put it back, the 1.1. Okay, and you're going to use your curve ruler to connect it back. Okay, now I'll go ahead and cut this out. For the upper part, the next thing to do is the yoke tightening. In order to tighten the yoke, you're going to come and mark half of an inch. On both sides. You can also make this 0.75. I'm going to mark the both of them out. Okay. All right. After marking out what you're going to suppress from the yoke, you're just going to draw a straight line like a dart to meet with the shoulder line. You can see how I'm placing the ruler. I'm not cutting off anything from the shoulder. I'm just connecting it this way. Next, I'm going to slash one of the sides so that I'll be able to close up the dart. So just pay attention to where I'm placing my scissors. You can see I'm not placing it in the middle line. I'm just cutting through one of the dart lines. And you can see that I did not cut off completely from the shoulder. So now I'm just going to join it together this way. Can you guys see how I did it? So I checked the one of 0.75 and it was too much. I decided to just settle with the half of an inch mark instead. Now I'm going to use the tape to hold it down. So this is how you tighten the yoke. Then you go ahead and even it out. You see that by the time you join these two sides together, it will fit in actually. So I'll go ahead and draw out the neckline. Okay. Well, I don't want it to be choking, so I'm going to add an extra half of an inch all round. Okay, so this is 3 by 3, this is 3.5 by 3.5. I'm going to be using 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. So guys, this is my pattern here. So I'm going to keep this aside. Move on to the back. For the back, I did the same thing. Difference is that I added zip allowance here. This is a mistake. So this is the actual shoulder line, not this one. This was as because I forgot to add zip allowance. Then I have my bust band line. This is the chest line that's gotten through the armhole measurement. This is the bust point line. I don't need the under bust here, so I went straight to the half length. The half length here is 15 and a half, not 17. Remember, the front and back half length is different. So guys, this one is not really complicated. First thing to do is to take out the dart. Standard dart to be taken out is 1/2 inch on both sides. I prefer to use 0.75. So mark 0.75 here and connect this straight to the chest line. The back dart stops at the chest line. Jesus. I can't even begin to explain how I'm feeling right now. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and take my measurements. Nothing stressful. So the next thing to do after taking this dart is to come here and take another dart of 1/2 of an inch. This is to eliminate zip bulb. And then I'll connect it back into the zip allowance. So this is going to be taken out, including this. Then another thing I'm going to do, that will be later. Next thing to do is take the full body measurement, starting from the bust. I'm going to skip this and start from here, from the zip allowance line, 9.2, come here, same thing, 9.2, come here, 7, Then cross this 1/2 inch and this total of 2, which I'm going to replace back. Next thing to do is to take the shoulder strands out. I'm gonna mark this and I'll come here. For the back, it's going to be that 1 inch which I explained earlier that I'll be taking out. So this is the shoulder strands, which will be taken out as well. Okay. Next thing is to do the armhole. I'm going to divide what you have by 2. Come in by 1/2 inch. And then the back yoke, you can just take this off as the back yoke, or also come up by 2 inches in the chest line. Take this. Then you come and take the neck. The easiest way to do this is to just grab, come and measure what you have here, which is 4.6. Measure 4.6 here. Okay. And thus you can do whatever neckline you want. The standard is 3x1, but once you just make this 3x3 at the back too. Okay. Connect. So this is the yoke. You can decide to come down from here, come down by 1/2 inch to get a kind of scoop neck. Okay. Okay. To do is to check that these 2 sides are equal. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any questions, kindly leave them in the comment section and I'll make sure to respond. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.